Young athletes in California have been protesting all month. They just don't understand why kids in other states have been allowed to practice and compete while they've essentially been on lockdown. Well, their voices have been heard. The Department of Public Health has decided it is time to relax some of the rules regarding school and rec league sports. Now, originally, they'd said that your county has to have less than 4 cases of COVID per 100,000 residents before these sports can resume. That number is now down to 14 per 100,000. That means almost 30 of the state's 58 counties will now qualify. But there are lots more rules that go along with this. Some of them include everyone has to wear a mask, which you probably saw coming. Football, rugby, and water polo players, if they're over the age of 13, have to have weekly COVID tests. And only one game can be played a day. So if you're used to those big soccer or lacrosse tournaments that go on, those can't happen. And you cannot travel out of state. You have to stay within 120 miles of your home. This does not apply to college or professional sports. Now, in New York, all the way across the country, they've decided to put restaurant employees on the list of essential workers who can get the COVID vaccine right now. This is great news for people trying to keep their businesses afloat. But one server lost her job. She asked the owner of her restaurant if she could take a little bit of time and do some research to see if the vaccine had any effect on fertility, since she and her husband were planning on starting a family. The owner said no, she had to get it right now, and if not, they'd say goodbye. And the owner has since told the New York Times that he has rethought the policy a little bit and changed it up, but it does raise an important question. Are you, as an employer, going to require your employees to get the vaccination? A company called Gartner did a research study to see where employers stand, and they found that 71% of employers say they will encourage their employees to get the vaccine. 61% say they'll go as far as to help them figure out how and where to get the vaccine, but only 8% say they're going to make it mandatory. So we talked a lot about contact tracing over the last few months, and it is a very important piece of the puzzle when it comes to stemming the spread of COVID-19. But it is a little uncomfortable for some people because it involves giving information to places you may not normally, not only your employer, but the businesses you visit, sometimes even the government. And people are really uncomfortable with the situation in Hong Kong, where they are very wary of what's going on with the government there. Hong Kong has required every citizen to put something called the Leave Home Safe app on their cell phone. And every time they enter a building or business, they have to scan a QR code. People do not like the idea that the government might have access to their cell phones through this app. And so there's been a rush on burner phones, old cheap smartphones that they can use only for the app. The government says no one else is going to get this information. It's totally safe, but there's just not a whole lot of trust there. So if you like more screening information or more information about workplace health and safety, check out ebiinc.com. We'll see you next week.